Okay, everyone, today we're going to do our geometry review through our game of quizzes. So I have about 15 minutes per question. Hopefully it won't take me that long, but we're going to get through all of our review through quizzes. First question, we're going to find the sine of C. Sine of C. So how are we going to do that? Sine is defined as opposite over hypotenuse. So in this case, our angle is here, C. The opposite of that angle would be 14. And even though this is on its face, the hypotenuse is directly across from the right angle. So for this problem, sine of C would equal 14 over 50. I think I got it right. Our next question says, what shape have a set of diagonals that are equal in length but not perpendicular? Well, I know that in a square there are 4 right angles and all the lengths of sides are equal. I also know that the diagonals are not only bisecting each other, they're bisecting each other at a perpendicular angle. I know that a rhombus has all sides equal. All sides are equal. However, the diagonals may not be equal in length. And they're hitting each other at a perpendicular angle. We proved that. Rectangles have opposite sides that are parallel and equal. 4 right angles. The diagonals bisect each other, but they don't bisect each other at a 90-degree angle. I do know these 2 angles are congruent because they are vertical. These 2 angles are congruent because they are vertical. So my guess is that the rectangle is the one that are lines that are diagonals are equal in length, but the lines are not perpendicular. Let's see here. Tamara's house is located at 0, -2. Let me plot Tamara's house. You were injured in a car accident. You walked from the hospital, which is right here. I walked from the hospital to the police station to file a report. The police station is right here. So I walked from the hospital to the police station. From the police station, you walk to Tamara's house. Tamara's house is just up from the police station. Tamara walked with me to the animal shelter to pick up my pet. Then I walked this way to pick up my pet. From the shelter, I walked to the art museum to tell my mom that I've been in this accident. Tamara, and my mom then drove directly from the art museum back to the hospital for a follow-up. Our goal is to find out how far was the distance from the art museum to the hospital. Well, there's several different ways I can figure that out. This looks like a triangle to me, and it's a right triangle. If I count the spaces between the hospital to the art museum, that will give me 12 blocks. Then I went up from the from the police station to the art museum. That gives me another 5 blocks. So, using Pythagorean's theorem, I can say 12 squared plus 5 squared will give me the x squared. Well, 12 squared is 144 plus 5 squared, which is 25, will give me the x squared. 144 plus 25 will give me 169. But that's not the answer because I have to take the square root of that. I'm tempted to choose this, but that's not the right answer. The correct answer would be about 13 blocks. That's what my calculations say. Let's find out. I need to prove that this is a quadrilateral BCED, which is, I'm assuming it's ABCD, is a rhombus by showing that all four sides are equal. Now, I can use the distance formula on this, and I will. From this B to C, I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I went up 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Left 4. Seven to the second power plus 4, negative 4 to the second power would give me the length of this side here. Now, the distance formula says I just need to do that with the square root. So this will be the square root of 49 plus 16. 49 plus 16 is 65. Square root of 65. That's not a perfect square, so I'm just going to leave that. So far, I have the square root of 65. Now let's find the length of the other side. From this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8. That's not 7. And then down 1. So, we have negative 1 squared, it might be a little hard to read, plus 8 squared. What does that give me? 1 plus 16. I'm sorry, 1 plus 64, which is 65. I'm sorry, still wrote 65. So guess what? I have another length of side that is the square root of 65. That doesn't prove that this is a rhombus yet, unless I can prove that AB is equal to CD and AD is congruent to BC. Let's keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's down 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's right 4. Okay. So I have seven squared, because I'm actually moving up, or let me down, plus 4 squared square root, which will give me 49 plus 16. 49 plus 16 is square root of 65. So far, so good. One more to go. Let's do this last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8. And then up 1. So I have the square root of 1 squared plus 8 squared, which is the square root of 1 plus 64, which is the square root of 65. All lengths of sides are equal, so I believe that this is a rhombus. And I think I know why. Now we're going to find the length of TU and UV, and we're going to round to the nearest number. Okay, let's see where TU and UV is at. We have TU, which is right here. God bless you. And then we have UV, which is right here. We're going to find the lengths of those sides. Well, I know that this angle is 53 degrees, and it is across from that side. Do I know the length of this line here? I think I do. That is 50 meters. So I can use a trig function. Let's see, which trig function says opposite over adjacent? If you said tan, you are correct. So what I need to find out now, what is 50 times the tangent of 53 degrees? Well, the tangent of 53 degrees is 1.327 is an irrational number. I'm going to take that times 50, and that gives me 66. This 66.3522. This says round to the nearest whole number. So TU is going to be 66. Well, need to go no further. I think I know the answer. So this says, what is the angle of elevation round to the nearest whole number? So if I'm looking for the angle of elevation, that would be this angle here. I know that this length is 550 meters. I know that this length is 324 meters. So that looks like a tangent function. If I can find the tangent of theta, knowing that it's going to be 324 over 550, I can find my angle. So taking out my handy dandy calculator, I'm punching in the tangent inverse is 324 divided by 550. I got 30.501 ... So I'm approximating theta to be 31 degrees. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see. Find the exact perimeter for the triangle in lowest terms. Well, it looks like I'm going to do some more distance formula. So why don't you try this out and press pause and see what answer you come up with, and then we'll do it together. So go ahead and press pause. Did you get what I got? I think you should have. We got 7 and -1, 4 and 2, 5 and 5. Here are our square roots. You have 20, square root of 20, square root of 50, and square root of 50. Square root of 20 breaks down to 2 square root of 5. Square root of 50 breaks down to 5 square root of 2. If I add 2 square root of 5 plus 5 square root of 2 plus 5 square root of 2, I get 2 square root of 5 plus 10 square root of 2. Correct answer.